All right, Vita. Vita, the mic is hot. What's good? What's good? This your boy Scott Lewis, Apartment Gamer and more, here with another one, Brooklyn Nets Stoop Edition. I we're gonna keep it short and sweet. The Nets play another game against Miami Heat, which is kind of crazy schedule when you think about it. I didn't think that you know. I think Brooklyn has been in Miami. I think they're enjoying the weather out there, so that's good. Today's game starts at 7:30. Um, what's good, everybody? What's good? You should be happy, man. We gonna get this together. This rebuild mode. Let's just get right to it. Let's get to the starting lineup. I'm gonna bring it up. Hey, what's up, John?
Good to be here. Like you said, things are going exactly as they should be. Big news in the Eastern Conference today. Jason Tatum
Oh, Jason Tatum. What's up with
has
that?
made one of the craziest make his debut this Friday.
Oh, he's trying to
He's
make a
he's
comeback.
he's he's all good. He's healthy apparently, and he's going to be making his debut tomorrow night against Dallas. So,
I
yeah,
ain't
Eastern
gonna.
Conference is taking a
Yeah,
taking a
he ain't.
tumble because now
Yeah,
the
yeah,
duo of Tatum Brown is back.
yeah. And the thing is Boston's been playing well. They don't really have to rush him
Right.
back. They can just let him play 10 minutes, and that's good enough. They don't have to play him a whole game.
No, for sure. And they've listen. The Celtics. I don't think anybody expect them to be a top contender. But what Joe Mazzulla's done with that team, what Brown has done, I think people could
It's
say Brown might be the
amazing.
MVP of these accounts. I
Yeah,
think Kate Cunningham deserves it, but given
I,
what people thought the Celtics could be this year, which isn't good, I think Brown and Kate are going to have a good duel for MVP of the Eastern Conference or the NBA. Have you? So yeah, I just think it's a huge move for Boston, obviously, because they have a set system. And like you said, if Tatum can give you 10 to 15 minutes a night of decent ball play, like literally that team is scary. And I think everybody who said the Knicks were going to run the East, look at the Cavs and what they've done. Look at Detroit and what they've been, and look at Celtics who now just got a superstar in free agency. Let's say like this season. So it's crazy that everybody thought the Knicks were going to run the gauntlet, but I think the gauntlet's going to run through them first when it's
yeah,
all
yeah.
said and done because these just got a lot better than it was a few months ago.
I said earlier that Boston surprised me just being in even before they got into the second spot. When they was in the fourth
Right.
spot, I said, "Wow, they are playing decent ball." And I said, "Man, Jalen Brown is doing his thing, and nobody's saying anything."
Right.
Yeah, so
No,
I
that's for
am.
sure. And then you look, and then you look at the jump that Namas Quetas made for Boston as a starting center. And hey, Jamal, if you're doing well, buddy. But what Namas Queta has done has been brilliant. What Peyton Pritch has done this year, six man, has been great. Derek White, him and Jalen Brown together have been a powerful duo on its own. So you just see all the pieces they have in the depth. Hugh Gonzalez, what that kid has done, like they've got a lot of young players off the bench. They're playing really good roles right now. And now you add Tatum to that equation, and they have time. They have 20 games before the regular season ends. So they have more than enough time to at least get Tatum ready for a first round. So
Yeah, so
yeah, that's something to definitely monitor for sure.
yeah. I'm happy for Boston fans though, because the reason why I say that is because they went at the beginning of the season thinking that their season was done, and everybody was saying that. And look, they actually might win the East.
Wait, who we talking about?
I think they have.
Boston.
Another talking about
I
Tatum's return.
mean,
Listen, I
I
think
at
Boston.
lowest I had
I
them
think
niggas at
Boston has.
6. Like,
Listen,
well,
the
no, I
best
say
thing,
at
the
yeah, I
best thing
said the
about
lowest I had them niggas like 6, bro. Like, but
Yeah, I
if
had them around that too. Yeah.
yeah, but I was concerned in the beginning because if they finished in the play-in, I was 100% certain that they was getting a higher pick than us.
Right. Oh yeah. I know
right,
what you're
and thank
saying.
Yeah,
goodness
Yeah.
they
I was
wanted
certain
to
that
be
them niggas
good
was gonna
this
get a
year.
higher
Thank
pick than us because the NBA
listen,
they look
Scott.
out for the
Scott, the
day
only
ones They
Yes,
look
they
out for
do.
them in the Lakers when they ain't shit.
Yeah, that's sure
You
The-
know what I'm saying?
enough.
yeah,
So I'm
Scott.
kind of glad
The,
that
o-
they were, but I mean Boston, realistically, bro, like I mean nobody really expected Jalen Brown to have the breakout year that he had.
That
You
well,
know, like he averaging 35 and 5, damn near.
well, shit, he wasn't MVP for nothing.
Brown's always been a good
Man,
player, but
yes, he
he's
was, man. They
definitely
won
shown
that
to be
piggy
number one.
bank
But
ass championship. I'm not co-signing that
the
shit.
only thing I'll
So I'm like,
Scott,
that
the
wasn't
only
no
thing
real
I'll say,
comp. And
Boston,
like, a bunch of niggas got hurt, but
Scott,
they was supposed to win that shit. Their team was loaded. I ain't
Scott,
doing that.
Scott,
But
the only good thing I'll
what
say
I
about
will say
Boston
is
is
that
that they
when JT, the way that team broke down against the Tangerines, bro, like nobody expected them niggas to come back and be number 2 in the East. That's if that's what you getting at, bro. Like I agree with that, but I mean, it's the East, bro. Like it's a regular, like shit. Even the Hornets is swinging winning streaks together, bro. Like come on,
Yeah,
but
what you were saying,
Hornets
John?
having fun, but now I'll say this though about the Celtics. The only good thing about it is that they decided to not be a
over
mediocre
here
team. So if
doing.
they were a mediocre team, like Lee said, we would have been screwed in the East. Imagine having Tatum and Brown, and then adding a potential generational talent. Like it would have sucked for the whole East, especially us. So the only good thing about this year is that Boston were winning. And now they have Tatum back, but that's even daunting because a healthy Tatum Brown next year makes the East even tougher for a young team like us to crawl way up. So it's almost like a positive and a huge negative at the same time. But the only positive is they're not in this lottery. They're away from it. They're potentially contending for something. So we'll find dandy there. I just think right now the East, it's much stronger than it was. And next year, given the fact the NBA is trying to crack down on all this tanking crap, every team in the East is probably going to fight for something, whether that's top seeding or to be a fun rebuilding team or to be a contending team. Like nobody's going to like just play dead beginning, middle quarter of the season, maybe towards the late end. But if you're the Nets, you're going to have a gauntlet next year of all types of teams you're going to face. Even the
Yeah.
Wizards, who have a young core and they have AD and Trey Young, that's going to be a daunting playing team potentially to try to fight with to get to the play-in. So I think for the Nets is you got to hit this draft out of the park. We're bottom 3 record. We're guaranteed right now top 7, but we don't want top 7. We don't want top 6. We don't want top 5. Top 4 is everything. Best case scenario is that pick stays at 3. If Cam Boozer or Caleb Wilson is my prize for all this sacrifice, it's huge. But if we get the 6th or 7th pick, this was an epic failure. Even though we did try to abide by the tank this year, 2 years we had to do this right. And really, we only did it right this year. And that's why the stakes are so high on May 10th, because you don't want this to be for nothing. The goal is not to add another point guard to this team. The goal is to add a difference maker to this team. So, yeah, right now we're in a good spot, but May 10th will tell us exactly how much good of a spot we really are in. And failure cannot be an option on that day for the Brooklyn Nets, given where we are in the East right now.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I mean, this is going to be an interesting summer for the Nets, and I want to talk a little bit about what Jordy said about Cam Thomas. He tried to blow off what the comment he said. I'm surprised the media even went there with it because Cam Thomas is not on this team.
It is crazy that people cannot get this Cam Thomas shit out of their minds. And pardon my French, but like, come on, move on. This is like yesterday's news. Like, no disrespect to Cam Thomas and his young future, which honestly he has to prove he could be a contributing piece on any team, but it's over. The only thing I think Cam hit the nail on the head was this front office is not known for investing.
It's not known for developing. That's what you're saying. You're getting ready to say. I believe that. That I believe. They haven't actually did a great job. I don't care how you twist it. They haven't did a great job. Yeah, they made the move for a couple of superstars, and they had some good times, but they didn't pull through, and they didn't keep it together. They let other entities get involved, and I hold that against them. And it's other entities that have nothing to do with basketball at that. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. I mean, ball is ball. If you can play, you can play. If you can't, you can't. You know? If you got shortcomings, you got to work around it. You got to improve. Yeah, no problem. You don't want somebody keep that in house. That shouldn't have never been in the news. A lot of things don't need to be out there, not less, and when, especially when the season is out. We don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear that. People are trying to get away from shit. Yeah, we hear you. I hear you, John. Yeah, people want to see the game.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Just to finish on the Cam stuff, it's like, right. Listen, the only thing that Cam was right about was this front office is not one thing I think he was trying to point out there. Obviously, stars has been our go-to, but this is why the front office needs to prove you can have young talent on this team to be big contributors towards your future goals, not that they're just reshuffling pieces that you don't want to pay. I think that's kind of what he was getting at, but obviously he's not on the team anymore. Like we kind of know where his future could be, which is role player-ish status, but for us, like we got to show that this young core, we have the 6 we can have next year, at least 4 out of 6 got to hit on this team. Or else Cam's comments kind of become a haunting comment at that point.
My whole thing is this. Why would even a Milwaukee reporter even mention anything about Brooklyn and they pass? Why would he even care? So that means to tell me that the media is all together on the subject. Because it's news here and it's news there. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you connected. It's like you work in Milwaukee and I work in New York. And I call you and say, yo, man, ask him this question. It's not relevant to Milwaukee. You know, that's the point. I'm just saying that I'm telling you that it's all of them. It's all of them. It has nothing to do with basketball. I don't care what he feels about Brooklyn. I don't care. It doesn't matter. The man got to move on with his life and do what he need to do to better his life. I'm trying to win I'm trying to see if my team builds up to get something going, to get a championship one
right.
day. That's the goal.
Right. But that's
now,
why you got to hit on this draft.
Right. But even if you don't, you still got to keep going. Tomorrow's not.
I get it. I get it. But Scott, but that's where the Giannis stuff becomes a huger topic, because if you don't have that young star, you still got to get some type of star to be on this team. He gives up young guys fighting for a play-in seed that's not going to mean nothing if the team doesn't grow beyond that. So that's why this draft, if you get the young star, what Cam says, it's irrelevant because we have the young star that will be here the next 5 to 10, 15 plus years that we're going to pay and will be a huge part of this. But we have to get there.
But John, what does it matter if the narrative in the locker room and in the media and in the audience and the fans, if the narrative is about bullcrap? You're not focusing on.
That's what Sean and Joe's created in the NBA. That's their fault. It's not our fault. We didn't ask to have all these stars on the team be here for 5 minutes and then go somewhere else. They made that deal. That's the bed they chose to lie in.
Well,
and
they got to fix it. They should fix it then. Fix it. Stop.
Well, that was what last year was supposed to be, and we didn't take it seriously last year. We got what we deserved. We didn't take it seriously. That was what the mind-boggling thing. If we would have bottomed out last year, you're getting Ace Bailey at 5 compared to Yegor at 8, and I don't mind what Yegor brings to his team. I think he's a good shooter. We've seen he's a shooter, but is he a complete ball player that Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper could be one day? We'll see where we're at in 2 years. But again, if we would have took him more serious, you're looking at potential young star at 5.
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy thing why we didn't take it seriously last year. Now this year we are taking it somewhat serious, but people want to pay MPJ a max contract to be with said young star. Like, I just don't understand what this organization thinks it's going to get us very far. It's either you want a young star here the right way, or you want an established star over here, which has screwed you over 2 times already. But you got to make a decision that fits in the middle here.
Yeah, my whole thing too is, I mean, I'm not worried so much about the money part. What I'm worried about, because we really in a great position, a lot of players do not make a lot of money on this team.
Right.
I mean, they making minimum to, $3-4 million, and I know that's a lot to me, but it's not a lot to an NBA contract. Especially after your rookie season when you're going for a new contract. But what I'm saying is, focus on basketball. Focus on talent. Get talent, man. Get talent. Stop looking. You don't have to. Sometimes you don't have to look over on the other side. You can look right here. Talent is right in the United States, man. Talent is right
No, for
here.
sure. And
There's
I think
talented players that's willing to do whatever it takes and take
right,
whatever it do to get
right.
done.
All right, and we're talking about old stars that could be available this summer. The Paulo Banchero arc with Jamal Mosley is becoming a huge bloodbath. You see the
See,
comments
yeah,
they're
yeah.
saying at the games, like they're throwing each onto the bus, and it's like that's
But
a guy you paid $200 million to, who's supposed to be the franchise guy. And I hear more
right.
positives about Franz Wagner than I do Apollo. Imagine Apollo wants that. That's a young star. If I'm Brooklyn, I have MPJ and all these picks. I throw that at a young star that maybe a change in environment with this young core. That would be how we do things the way Pacers did it with Halliburton. OKC did it with Shea. That would be our moment right there if we want to do this the right way. If we don't necessarily hit on this draft, which we should, you still can find a young star on the market. And Apollo Banchero, I think he's overrated, but that's a young guy with skill that you don't just say, oh, I don't want to trade for him because he's not playing like a superstar. What do we have right now compared to Paulo Banchero? Not much.
It's yeah. It can be a negative getting Paulo. That's for sure. It
You
cannot be
trade
a
for him,
negative.
right, Scott? If you had a
Oh
chance to
yeah.
trade, let's say MPJ and three picks, three firsts. They can have any selection of the three firsts. That and MPJ, and MPJ can contribute with Franz Wagner and that other core they have to still pay. But Magic are paying a lot of dudes right now. And where are they? They're the seventh to eighth seed right now. This is supposed to be their season to be a contender. They don't
Yeah.
look like a contender right now. They look like they're overpaying a bunch of dudes, barely staying above water. So if Apollo ever wants it out, Brooklyn has the assets, the contracts to get Apollo on a young core that's trying to fight in a much tougher East than it's been the last few years. That's a move that makes sense than blowing everything on a Giannis, taking a gamble on a Zion. You could get a young player that just needs a change of environment to finally hit that star status. That would be the move, I think, if I was in Brooklyn shoes. If Paul ever wanted out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we got LB in the house. What's up, LB?
Hey, LV.
I think he having problems. I don't know. The internet is kind of bugging today.
I just got back in here too. So, but yeah, I think LBL says Sean Marks doesn't like U.S. players. Listen, I don't want to say Sean hates
Yo,
American
what's up?
players, but you kind of see the
Hey,
model
what's
he
up,
wants,
LB?
and
Yeah,
he kind of
yeah.
doesn't like make that.
Yeah,
Hey, LBL.
John, you know, uh, you're a great guy, but I hate when you just keep throwing all these names up against the wall. Like, yo, let's go get Giannis. Let's get Bancaro. Let's do. Come on, stop,
Wait,
man,
wait, wait.
stop.
I gave examples of why. Listen. There is bad blood with Orlando. That team is supposed to be a top three seed. They are playing. Paulo hates Jamal Mosley. Jamal Mosley hates Paulo. And they are a
So,
team that is
so, so
a
listen to
barely above
this.
water.
Listen to this. He hates Mosley, but we don't have the intel, so we don't know. Maybe Mosley is right. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
You
Paulo
just
said they
don't
don't
look
run
at
any
talent and
sets to get
say,
better.
well, he's unhappy. And you look, we can't afford, you got to do your due diligence. You can't afford to just say this star is unhappy, let's bring him to Brooklyn. Because guess what? We brought guys who claimed they wanted to be in Brooklyn and then they were unhappy.
Yeah, but this is Paulo. This guy is much younger than Katie and Kyrie were. Katie and Kyrie were like in their 30s. This guy is barely, what, 24,
No,
25?
I'm saying,
Just
but what I'm
before barely
saying
hitting his
is,
prime.
but what I'm saying is, we are in talent acquisition mode, but you got to do your due diligence because it may be something that, I don't know what's going on. If they're, this is what you're reporting. So I don't know if it's
Like,
true, if there really is bad blood or
There,
whatever.
there was a recent interview. Paulo said something like, hey, the coach doesn't run plays for us to get better when we're in a rut or something like that. And Jamal Moses said it's on the players to play better. So it's like there've been some stuff I've heard going to before last season, this season began. And you just kind of see the team. They're paying how many guys? A lot of money. Suggs, Wendell Carter Jr., Paulo, Franz. They have a lot of money on a lot of guys right now, and they're a 7 through 8 seed. This has been a failure of a season for a Magic
But you
team
know what?
that has
But you
those
know what? They might
expectations.
only be, I'm saying, you're saying that like the money. is supposed to. You're saying that like the money is supposed to make them better. It doesn't.
No, I'm
You
just
know,
saying. No, I'm just saying that in this NBA right now, when you're paying a bunch of guys a lot of money, when you're supposed to be that championship, the Desmond Bain move, that 5 or 6 picks they give, that guy was supposed to be the one that brings it all together. And Desmond Bain's been good. He hasn't been
he might be the
what they
stability
thought he was
factor
going to be
that
this season. And you look at
Mosley
Paolo;
needed.
he's making $200 million. Nah, listen. This is what I think. I think they really like Franz Wagner. When I seen Franz play this year, he looked a lot better than Paul. I don't think it's necessarily because of full-on skill set, but because he runs the system with them better than I think Paulo does. Paulo, I think he doesn't fit what the Magic wants to create, and the Magic have a good young star in him, but I don't think they know how to make him a part of it. So if there's that type of dissension going on, we're a team that needs a young star like Paulo to bring our young core together because we don't have a focal point right now to bring anything together.
Well,
That's where it could work
But
for
here's
us.
what I'm gonna say.
Let me just say
Go
this
ahead.
one thing.
Go ahead.
Paulo got his numbers are 22.1 points so far this year, 8.4 rebounds,
Great
5 point
numbers.
great, outstanding numbers. You crazy? These are outstanding 45.9% field goal percentage. It ain't like he's just jacking them up. He's hitting his
Right,
shots. He's hitting
right,
his shots.
but he's not exactly fitting the
It's more
system
to
right
it.
now.
I think it's more to it.
I
I
think
think it,
individually he's been great. He's been great individually, but remember, how do we make everything fit in the team scheme of things? I think that's kind of where him and his teammates are kind of having that trouble. And Mosley, for some reason, him and Powell just aren't gelling on what's the game plan to win multiple games consistently. That's been the struggle all year. So if there is that type of dissension, we're a team that has the assets to get Paulo. And if we do Paulo for MPJ keeps them competitive in a sense. He's also on a expiring contract. So I just feel like timing wise, if it's that bad, we can make something happen. And Paulo fits our timeline a
I
lot better
think
than
though.
FPJ does right
I
now.
think if you're talking about MPJ for Paulo, that Orlando person will be fired automatically.
We got picks. Wait, we got picks. It's not just going to be us doing a one-on-one swap. We have all types of picks to give. I'm not saying we have to give up
So
five to
see,
six
but
picks.
see,
I don't
this
think
is what I'm
Paulo's worth
saying. You
that,
got to
but
do your
maybe
due
three first-round
diligence.
picks.
PJ, bro. Like
That's what I'm
We
saying.
got
Nobody's
picks
go
to
gonna
ahead.
add. We
do
got
that.
We gotta
picks to
let go of
add.
these
Wait, wait,
pipe
wait. We have
dreams, bro.
picks.
That we
We had
got
picks
about
to
picking
add
up
to
somebody that's already a
MPJ.
star, bro. Like, and then
See,
getting them here, bro. Like, that's not going, bro. If
Right,
anything,
you
bro,
okay.
got to You sound desperate, John.
the
John,
No,
you
best
no,
bet
sound
is
desperate.
either
wait,
Ja
wait.
Morant
LBL,
or
I thought you'd
goddamn
be happy that I want to
Zion,
get a young
because them
star
teams is
and go out to
frustrated
throw
with them,
everything for a
and
Giannis.
they
Because
tried to
listen,
trade Ja
I do
Morant
want Giannis,
before the
but
joint, bro.
the
Like, they
price to
couldn't even
get
do it.
Paulo is better than
Both
the
of you
price
are
to get
talking at the
Giannis right
same
now.
time.
go ahead, leave. Go ahead, leave. What you're saying?
The thing is, bro, like these are not frustrated stars, bro, just yet, bro. Like we talking about, like Paolo is in year number 3 or 4, bro. Like he just got a rookie extension. There's no way that they're giving him up off the rip just like that, bro. Like, and keeping Franz and all the rest of these dudes, bro. There's no way. They just started the path to
Yeah.
fast forwarding that thing, bro. Like, and they only did it with Desmond Bain, who's like the legitimate guy in terms of like a veteran or older play on that team. Everybody else is still young. They're not
Yeah, yeah.
fast forwarding shit just now, bro. Like, people gotta understand that Orlando is they still got a good trajectory, bro.
Yeah,
Like
they still
because
a
of
young
Paolo.
team.
They're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
trying to become the Nets.
Right.
No, they're not.
No,
They
no,
have no
they
interest in that. They spent years doing that before they got Paolo, bro. They
yeah,
not trying to
right.
go back to that.
Yeah,
At
right.
least as far as I know. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
so
I
I'm
think it
not
is
so I'm not of the ideology, bro, that Paolo is available, man, because
or
there's
will
a
be.
rift going
Yeah.
on with the coach. If anything, that's a coaching change.
Yeah, yeah. If anything, the coach is gone.
If anything, the coach is going. That's not no riff with the coach, bro. Like,
Yeah, because he ain't got that locker room right. That's what it
exactly.
is.
So like that's what it is. I think Coach Mosley, bro. Like, I think he was a good coach in terms of for the attitude and for the morale of the team. But we seen
Sometimes it
shit like,
plays it course.
yeah, we seen shit like this where you got a guy that could lift the players' hopes up and put a battery in their back. But in terms of the X's and O's, you might need somebody else.
Right, right.
You might need somebody else to put in place. We seen it with Mark Jackson with the Warriors, and then whatchamacallit came, Steve Kerr came in and didn't finish the deal.
Yeah,
You know what
but
I'm
you know
saying?
what? That ain't. I don't agree with that because Mark
You
could have
don't?
got him there too. It
Yeah, he
was it
Mark.
probably
was it was
he
the
might have.
ownership that didn't want Mark there anymore. The
Yeah,
players still
No,
loved him.
no. But here's the thing, Mark. The thing about Mark that you got to understand on a basketball standpoint is that he wanted Steph to be like the hands-on point guard, which Steph was not. When Steph got off the ball, bro, and then the ball started to move with on the five players. Pay attention to how they played with Steph with Mark Jackson, and pay attention to how they played with Steve Kerr. Everybody got their
I
hands on the
remember
ball.
how they played. I remember how they played, but remember, Steph was not Steph was not as consistent even with his injuries under Mark.
Right, because his usage rate was too high. That's why. Like that's what it depended on, bro. Like when his usage rates was sky high, and then they didn't have no bench and everything, and they didn't have a Iguodala, they didn't have a damn Barbosa, they didn't have like a lot of players that they didn't have before they started to make them runs, bro. Like then they made it, and then they went all for them bogus ass hospital rings.
I just I will just disagree with you, but okay.
I don't know how. I mean, like, what we got
No,
to do is
I feel like Mark Jackson was fired
I know Mark
for
what Mark Jackson was fired
non-basketball
for, but
reasons,
I know what
and he
Mark Jackson was.
deserved to still see the team go further.
I know what Mark Jackson was fired for, but I'm also looking at the job that he did in terms of comparing and contrasting with how Steve Kerr got the team.
I guess
And this, that, and the third.
maybe I'm sensitive to this leaf because I've seen this so many times in sports where the black coach gets them all ready, and then they're like, oh, okay, now let's get rid of him and let's bring in this guy who can win it all and give him the credit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
It is
it's
what
kind of working. It
it
kind
is
of
what it
seemed
is.
like it is.
Sometimes you might not have what it takes to get it done.
Yeah, that's true too. But I mean,
Sometimes they might not, and I agree with that. I just don't agree that Mark Jackson is that episode.
oh, okay,
Hey,
that's fair.
we'll never know. Because
Yeah,
listen,
that's
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 not
fair
how.
though.
That's not
But what we
that's
do know is when I was looking at Orlando, even just a couple of years ago, and I'm looking at who they're throwing money at, I was kind of in shock
okay.
because I wouldn't have gave Suggs all that money. I wouldn't have given what's that, Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan, yeah, that was a bad deal.
I
But
wouldn't
that
have
was a
given
while
them
ago though.
that money, and he had already shown that he is what he is.
Um,
Jonathan Isaac is a like he's a freaking he's a
Before the injuries, he was a
he's
great defensive player, bro. Like it's just the injuries that really like
I
that
mean, but
tied
a
him down.
great defensive player doing what?
He was a great defensive player, bro. Like offensively, bro, he was turning into a 3-and-D player, but the injuries derailed him. That's all that was, bro.
Yeah,
Like I'm not,
I
I'm not,
just never
I'm
I
not gonna
never
break down
saw.
Orlando's. I'm
You
not
know
gonna
how
break
he
down
was a
Orlando's
lottery
whole shit.
guy. You know how he was a lottery guy. I never saw him as that.
Who you talking about? Suggs,
Isaac.
Isaac.
Hey, listen, I look. All
He
I could
was
tell,
more potential than actual production.
look, all I could tell you is this, bro. Like I never listen. I can't break down their whole situation, bro. Like all listen, getting back to our situation. All I can say is this, bro. Like we're not getting the top four pick no matter what the hell we do.
Well, that's your opinion.
I
I
think
think we
I
are.
think Leaf say that so it'd be the opposite.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that to get a lot of the to
The
get a lot of people in
expectation.
our no, I'm saying that to get a lot of people in our fan base to realize, bro, what I
It's
already know.
possible, right?
I'll tell you this though.
It's
I'll tell you
possible.
this though. The job, the assignment is
To get as much as get as low
to
as you
to
can.
lose as much as possible and try to get the best position so
which
that
I
we can
which
get that
which
top
I
pick.
kind of disagree with, but I
Look,
understand. I understand. I'm on the fence.
we keep saying yo like, yo
I'm not on
lose
the
lose.
fence.
We
I'm
keep
on the
saying
fence
yo
with it.
lose 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 lose
I
lose
don't
lose
think
lose lose
losing
lose
is
lose
too
lose
good,
lose
but
lose lose
you
lose
know,
lose. Meanwhile, the Pacers and the Kings is doing a 10 times better job with 10 times better talent at losing than we are. and we just sitting here, and the NBA ain't seeming to get off of they asses and getting doing nothing about it, bro. Like I think we done won 3 games in the since January 18th, bro.
I
This
think
is
we have the
ridiculous.
highest losing
It's
rate.
March the 3rd. It's March the 5th. It's March
Yeah.
the 5th.
Right.
We've been sitting on 15 wins, and if I look at the rest of the schedule, bro, and I could tell people, yo, this is how the NBA works. They don't reward teams that is getting flowers and getting a whole bakery, and they don't know how to run a bakery. How am I supposed to trust them to bake a cake from nothing but from scratch? How are we supposed to? How's the NBA supposed to trust us to do that?
Yo, you know what? I guess IDGAF about the NBA, what they think. All I know is keep losing. Let's make it blatantly clear that they don't want us to get a top three pick.
Okay, and then when we
I
make it
can live
blame,
with that. No, I'm saying I can live with that. I can live with we got one of the worst records in the league, and then we end up with 8 again. I can
Or
live with that.
seven or
What I
six.
can't live with is we just do what you're
so so
saying.
so
Oh, we're
so
not going to get the
basically,
top pick, so let's win some
So
games.
LB, you could basically live with what I've been trying to tell every Net fan, bro, that been sitting on this hope train for the past months, bro. Like that, what I've been telling them, and then y'all finally gonna be like, yo, Leaf was right, man. I mean,
No, I'm
they wasn't
saying,
gonna.
I'm saying, like, I'm saying, I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem saying at the end of June. I mean, like at the end of the lottery, whatever it is in May, that man, Leaf was right. Dang, I don't have any problem saying with that. But what I am saying is, we got to do everything in our power to to make it official, to make it look to be one of the worst teams. That's what I'm saying. I can't live with you can't suck at winning and suck at tanking and just be mediocre. Otherwise, we shouldn't even be in Brooklyn. We should be in freaking
Some
the
New
island
Jersey?
Boise
somewhere,
somewhere. I
somewhere.
don't know.
Put these
Dubuque,
people somewhere,
Iowa.
but this shit is
Dubuque, Iowa.
somewhere, man. Put these
So
niggas
another state
out of the state,
somewhere?
something,
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Cause I'm saying you gotta be good at something. So let's be good at sucking and let's see.
Be good at stinking the joint up, and then like
Exactly.
let's see if the NBA do exactly what Leaf said they were gonna do. When they put these new rules in
And I'm gonna
place.
say this. I'm gonna say this. You could say that, but I'm saying, you know, we ended up with a number one pick before. We ended up with a number two pick before. Was it 35 years ago? Heck yeah. But I'm saying you gotta work with the cards you got. So
hmm We gotta
Yeah,
work with the
I guess
card we
so.
got, bro. Like, and this front office, man, for all intents purposes, have proved that they don't know how to work with shit.
but I mean, but with that being said, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we end up with a top three pick, are we not supposed to draft like Boozer? Are we not supposed to draft AJ? Are we not supposed to draft because we're gonna mess it up anyway? That's a
Basically,
real no, that's a real loser mentality there. That's a bigger loser mentality than tank because we want one of these guys.
well, all I could tell you is, bro, like to answer that previous question about whether we should draft, even if we do get the pick, you gotta ask yourselves, bro, who has Sean Marks in this staff? Who has they brought from the ground up? Like
I don't I don't
the
I'm
picks that we
saying what I'm
got
trying to say
the
is
picks that we got in the past when Sean Marks first got in, we don't have no more, and the only person that got played was Nicholas Claxton,
no,
who's been here for
but what
seven
I'm
years
saying
and been
is
doing what?
I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is you gotta hope that the guy is so good Sean Marks can't mess it up.
See, that's the thing, bro. Like I don't live by the Hope Creed.
Oh no,
I
well listen to this. Listen to this. Like, cause you know how what's the name came in, and I heard you say disparaging things about him before, like Derek Coleman, right? The number one pick, right? Number one pick in 1990, and we got it. Now, what I'm saying is, If he would have went, if he had went to a different franchise, he probably it's a better chance that he would have realized his Hall of Fame potential talent. I'm saying, but the thing is, remember we had the Secaucus Seven. We had guys that didn't know. They didn't even know who all the owners were, and they were trying to save money, this and that. So it was. We've struggled with leadership at the ownership level before.
Look, I listen. I hear all of that, but at the end of the day, bro, like at
It's
some
exciting. See, I guess because you ain't been through it. I've been through it where I seen Derek Coleman. I seen Derek Coleman when we started being good. Like after we got Kenny Anderson and we started, we weren't super good. We were like 45 wins good, right? But what I'm saying is I've seen him like when we played the Knicks. He's just busting all the Knicks' ass, and there's nothing they could do with him. He's dunking on Shaq. I'm saying that's a feeling that you could walk around with your chest puffed out, and that's the kind of talent we need.
look, I listen. I get everything that you saying, bro, but at the end of the day, bro, like you gotta ask yourselves if like when you get number one, the expectations is high. When you get KD, Kyrie, and Harden, the expectations is high. When you get when you basically get money bags and you throw it at those type of talent, the expectations is high, bro. Like we can ask ourselves, yo, Derek Coleman looked good, man, for his first couple years, man. Like I mean, he was averaging 18-10 and 19-9 and 2011 and 2011 and then another more, man. But you know the onus, I'm like, yo listen, look at some point we gonna have to like the coaches and the players gonna have to realize, bro, like they gotta move mountains in order to in order to get management to be like, yo, we just gotta sit still, bro, and make it work. Because here's a true story about OKC. A lot of that front office didn't believe in them dudes, man, until they got into that 10th seed and they got in a play in a couple of years ago before they was number one seed. Because J Dub and who was it? Chet. Remember Chet sat out his first year, and J Dub and
Hmm.
all of them played, and with Josh Giddey
Yeah,
and all of them, and they surprised a lot of people. Just
yeah,
like the
yeah.
Charlotte Hornets is surprising a lot of people now,
But
and ain't
but
nobody
but you
seen them
know,
coming. So
but
so but what I'm trying to say is this: at some point, the players and the coaches, bro, got to make that shit work because they the ones that's on the court the most. In the front office, bro, like I'm gonna blame the front office until I die. F them. F everything they stand for, man, because they put garbage in place and they tried to turn garbage into sunshine and rainbows, man. Like F them. But if you're putting talent in place and you know the talent can work, only the coaches and the coaching staff know that the talent can work on the court. If they don't allow that shit to work on the court, bro, like whatever we put forward, bro, that is not gonna. If they not combine forces and if they not forming Voltron, bro, it ain't gonna work. It's just that
but let
simple, bro. The
but
niggas
let's
that's
talk.
upstairs, they upstairs. They sitting
Yeah,
in
but
penthouse suites and with diamonds and and,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and, and secretaries, man, filling up their skirt and whatever, bro. Like
Hmm.
what it is. But we got to make the shit work on the court. I mean, that when I say we, I mean the coaching staff, all the coaches, and all the players, bro. Enough of that private or workout shit, bro. Like you got to get in with your team and figure out who's who and who's what and what we could do
But
with this,
here's
that, and
the
the third.
but here's the thing. You know what's crazy about OKC? I'm glad that you mentioned them because you know I really need to be in OKC to find out if because remember they lost James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook. And I'm saying they had those three plus
Yeah,
Serge Ibaka, and they thought they was gonna be good for the next 10 years. All of us did, right? Like, wow,
yeah,
they're a
yeah.
young team, they good. So what I'm trying to say, and the James Harden, that might have been a thing where hey, he wants to really get out to expand his game. So that we understand that. But what I'm saying is you know, that team that lost to the Heat, they should have been a contender for 10 years. There's like if I'm the owner, there's no way I'm letting any of these guys go. And what I'm saying is, but look, they hit rock bottom and then they still came back and now they're still up there. We don't do anything. We every time we get knocked on our butt, we just put our legs up like a roach and just just scurry on our back. We can't even get back up. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. No, it's difficult, man. I ain't gonna lie, but this market does not take time kindly. Let's just
My
put it
bad.
that way.
My mic was on mute, bro. Like,
It takes a minute for this organization. For some reason, it's so many things.
gonna
And
take
my
way
thing
more than
is,
a
I
minute,
just
bro.
want them to get back to just playing basketball, man.
I just
I
want to
really do.
get them back to being
And
a
and
reasonable team,
and
bro.
being
Like,
good, being a quality team.
Right. I mean,
and listen, I think that's what we all need to want them to go back to, bro. Like, but listen, the thing is, when you allow the front office to make or break everything that's going on in terms of, hey, Jordy, we don't need you playing him, we need you playing him. Hey, listen, you don't take this contract, man. Listen, we sending you out. Where you want to go? Hey, Harden, where you want to go? Hey, KD, where you want to go? Hey, Kyrie, where you want to go? Hey, Ben Simmons, where you want to go? Hey, Cam
you
Thomas, where you want to
settling.
go?
You saying
Like
that?
like and this is what's been happening over the years, bro. Like it's not even just players, bro. We told arguably one of the smartest people that we ever had in our organization by the name of Kenny Atkinson. Hey,
And got
um,
rid of him. Yeah.
your services is no longer needed. So if we ain't believing in coaches, if we ain't believing in free agents, if we ain't believing in draft picks, what are we believing in? Not a
Yeah.
damn thing.
What are
We
you
believing
seeing?
Because the
we
front office is
believing
running the
in
show.
marks. That's it,
Yeah,
right?
the front office is running the show.
We
Yeah,
That's the
need we need
problem.
to we need
and it's
Brooklyn
bad.
Nets to stand on 10 toes. Other words, stand for something or you fall for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and ain't nobody seem to do it. Everybody just looking at it like, hey man, yo, you got your check? I got mine. Yo, let's get the F up out of here, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And that's what it seemed to be, bro. Like I hate to say it, bro, and I'm gonna say it real loud so everybody can hear me.
yeah,
The Brooklyn Nets has been a stop and shop organization.
yeah.
That's what we have
That's
become.
what it feels like.
A
Lee.
stop and shop organization, bro. Stop, shop, go about your business. Like, bro, we might as well be getting we might as well be the simps of the NBA, bro. Like the way we getting ran through. Like we just giving money away, bro. Like, bro, it's like a chick looking for an NBA player, bro, getting the bag and then leaving.
Yeah,
But you know what? We always went for the quick fix. Whether it was that Boston thing and bringing in those guys
yeah, yeah,
with Billy King,
yeah,
or
yeah.
now this thing where he's like, yeah, we're building something with Kenny. Nah, forget it. Let's just get Durant and Kyrie and Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that quick fix. But the thing is, what's really, the irony of it is they act like they needed a quick fix to compete with the Knicks. But what's the name was right. I told John that all the time. Stop dissing DFS because he was right. We are the little brother, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a little brother as long as you win.
Yeah, you
As
earn
long
your
as you win,
respect.
let them go ahead and say, the Oakland A's were the little brother when the San Francisco Giants were there way before them, right? Like 10 years before them. So, but
Yep, yep.
but they once they started winning, everybody ignored
That little
the
brother
other city,
thing.
and
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I'm saying. It's the same thing. It's like the Rangers. The Rangers ain't win like in like what 50 years.
yeah,
Meanwhile, the Islanders would just they had 4 chips in
yeah,
like
yeah,
in less than like 8 years. And I'm
yeah,
saying that's okay. I'm
yeah,
saying, see the problem with some Nets fans is they suffer from low self-esteem. And when they suffer from low self-esteem, they're like, "Oh, I just hate everything Knicks and this and that and this and that." And it's like, You don't have to be like that. All
Yeah,
you got to
no.
do is worry about your own thing.
Yeah, you have to focus on ball. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Play the game. Get talent and play the game. It'll fall in place. Those things will fall in place. I don't get it with
And
the
we are
fans.
just like the Clippers. The Clippers ain't never gonna be the Lakers.
No, no.
I'm saying even if they win back to back championships, they still not gonna be the Lakers.
Yeah, but you can earn that respect, and
No,
that
but
way
that's what
you.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
How is respect earned through
Through
winning
and
and
playing the
being an
game.
adult organization, right?
Right, right. Exactly. Exactly.
So that's the biggest problem.
Yeah,
I
yeah. It
guess
was
Leaf might be
definitely.
trying to fix his mic,
Yeah, yeah. But I
but
definitely think that the thing with KD, Kyrie, and Harden set back the organization a minute, and the focus was lost because
and here's what I'm saying because I'm glad you brought up, two of the look who you just mentioned, two of the four of OKC guys, right?
right, right,
So what I'm saying is if was it a failure in the end? Yes, it was a failure, and everyone wanted us to fail, right? Everyone outside of Brooklyn wanted us to fail,
of
right?
course they did.
Like all the national talking heads and everything.
Of
But what
course,
I'm saying is it's funny that OKC they only went to one finals with
right,
all four of those guys, right? They
right,
only went to one finals. So
right.
so with that said, and then uh weren't they up weren't they up on Golden State and then
Yeah,
lost? They were
and
up
turn
three to
around and
one.
lost. Yes,
So this is what I'm saying. Imagine that hurt. Imagine that devastation to that team.
it got to the point where they actually broke the team up.
Then that's what I'm saying. But yet here they are again contending.
Right,
So I'm saying they could have sat down and just said, you know what, we must be cursed, right?
right, right, right,
Because they didn't win any chip. I mean, outside of the Seattle stuff, they didn't win any chip till last year.
right.
So they could have just felt sorry for themselves and say, "Oh, that's it." But what I'm saying is, Net fans got to stop feeling sorry for themselves, and you got to just do have a plan, execute your plan, and be patient. That's all.
Right.
Because and I don't and see the thing with John and some guys, some Nets fans is that it's that they don't act, they don't seem to understand that, you gotta crawl before you can walk.
I think they just like the new. Things that's new, that's what they like. I mean, and it's understandable because they are much younger. They haven't seen enough or been through enough in the NBA to actually see what comes around goes around.
And
So,
yeah, and I guess me being a veteran fan, I could say, man, I could do this. If you tell me Cam Boozer is gonna be great, like Tim Duncan, or even like talent wise, like Derek Coleman or something, I'll sit on my hands and just wait for the team to get better. As long as we got that first one, sooner or later we're gonna get more guys. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because that's part of what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody said Breezy and John are prime examples.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ribby always keep it real, boy. And he's a Knick fan at that, but he keeps it real. I appreciate him though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what? Like, because they don't understand. Because some Nets fans, they like, oh, I just hate the Knicks and this and that, and like, I think sometimes we don't discern. It's their fans that you probably hate more than the team.
Right, exactly.
Because their fans are,
Yeah,
in our
yeah,
face and
yeah, yeah,
arrogant and all that, and
yeah.
and the only thing you could do for that is that's why, like, when we're good, I want the Knicks to be good too. I don't want the Knicks to be,
Nah, nah,
winning
nah.
20
Scott,
games while we're winning
LBO, can
60.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah,
You guys hear me?
I'm be honest with you. I'm a basketball fan
yeah.
first. So I mean, I am a Nick fan. I mean, a Net fan. No problem. But
Whoa!
I love
Shit,
basketball.
Scout.
I love basketball. No, this is it's true. I love the game. I watch other games. I watch other teams.
And here's where the maturity comes, right? Because I mean,
Ribby, your Knicks are getting cooked, Ribby.
but some of us are former Knicks fans who became Nets fans, right? Like I remember they used to give Breezy hell for that because they got pictures of him with his Knick hat on and all this stuff, and and it's like there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, the thing is, what they don't understand. Here's where the maturity comes in: is when somebody is no longer, I mean, they're our rival because we're in the same city.
Right.
But other than that, it's good for basketball if both teams are good.
Yeah, of course. It'd be way good.
And I'd rather beat a Knick team. Like when we had KD. Actually, Kyrie, he didn't even play his first year, KD, right? Because he sat out a year.
Yeah,
with
he
us.
sat out.
But I'm saying, when he came back and then we were beating the Knicks and the Knicks still weren't good yet, right?
Yeah.
They weren't this Brunson thing, but it's like it felt more hollow. It felt emptier. To me, I want to beat them when they're at their best. I want to beat them when they are contending, and that's the thing. That's the thing about basketball. I mean, if what's the name didn't break Kenny Anderson's wrist, right, John Starks, then I feel like we would have beat them in the playoffs.
Right, exactly. Yeah, competition is good, and your team wins. It also helps, helps the game. It helps your fandom. Everybody is involved. It's good for the sport.
I mean, but you know what it's saying? It's like, this is what I would say, and you gotta, like, Nets fans need to understand this, because we say it, like when we talking about love and hate, right? Hate is not the opposite of love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The opposite of love is indifference.
Right.
Like when you don't even care, like,
Yeah.
go ahead. Like when that girl, like when you're going with that girl and she, and you're in love with her, you're all strung out on her and everything.
Yeah.
Then you might get into that point where it's like, now I hate her because she's dating this guy and this and that. But when you no longer care about her, like, oh, I don't even want to, I forgot who she is. Then that's really the difference. That's really the opposite of love.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And that's where we got to get. We got to get with that. We can't be worrying about, what the Knicks are doing or mid-cal and all that stuff. I mean, all of that is garbage. It's just like, I just want to beat them when they're at their best.
No, Ribby, I think Ribby he said, well, no, listen, I grew up around a bunch of Knick fans. Everybody in my family was Knick fans except me. But that was only because I had an idol with the Nets, which was Dr. J.
Mm-hmm.
I love Dr. J. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted to play like him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I saw him play as a kid and I was hooked. That was it.
And listen to this. I was so happy. Remember the year after Doc won his only NBA championship?
Right, exactly.
Remember we had that team, and then he said, and then like we took the lead, and then he said, "Oh, you can guarantee we're gonna win. You could mail it in."
Yeah.
And then we beat them. We dethroned the champions. It's
That's
like
right.
That's one of the best moments in our team history.
Right.
Especially NBA history.
That's right.
Knocking off the champs after their best player. Second best because Moses was their best. But
yeah, Moses Malone was
at that time. Moses was their best.
Moses
Doc
was
had
nice.
slid down, but
right.
He gotten old. But I'm saying, but that being the case, Doc will have to live with that forever.
Sure enough.
And the thing that, I don't really, Doc is beloved and everything, but the only thing I don't like about him is he kind of picked Philly over the Nets.
Over Nets. Yeah, he did. Because he got a championship with Philly. That's why.
Yeah. But he got 2 with us.
Yeah, he got 2 ABA championships.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he knows where his bread is buttered, so he's
no, he used to play in Harlem, so
yeah.
I mean, he's a New Yorker. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
So anybody that sit there and say, "Oh, Rucker and this and that," it was Julius Erving, the doctor.
Yeah.
People used to be on top of rooftops watching him play.
Yeah. But I'll say this for us. Leaf may not believe it, but that's what we do need, a homegrown star.
We do.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, whether it turned out well for Derek Coleman or whether it turned out for Kenny Anderson or not, it's not like you say, oh, well, now I don't want him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Let's not take AJ because, he'll probably turn into a star, but then he'll leave us. So let's not draft him in the first. No, you got to grow.
Yeah.
You got to grow with him.
We need talent. We need talent.
And if you remember that Kenny Anderson thing.
Right.
When we drafted him, you remember what's the name didn't play him hardly at all that whole first rookie year?
Oh, yeah?
Bill Fitch, remember?
Bill Fitch, yeah. Yeah, he didn't.
I think we
play.
had Mookie. I think we still have Mookie Blaylock.
Yeah,
and then he just refused to play him.
Right.
And it was like everybody could see what was happening. Everyone knew Kenny was nice.
Yeah.
I'm saying second pick nice.
Yeah, he was nice.
I mean, picked right after Larry Johnson, right?
Right. Yeah.
So come on, don't act like he wasn't nice. Even if he was young, but it wasn't that he wasn't so ready. It was that Fitch was like, nah, I'm not playing that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really get into why Fitch didn't want to play him the first year. But, it is what it is. Coaches have their reasons. I think, it's a lot of politics
and now
involved.
You see, now with the hindsight, the podcast, all the hindsight from podcasts and stuff, so now you see stuff. The thing that I was disappointed more recently with Darren Williams, with all the stuff he's been popping lately, and then he was talking about the Russian, about Prokhorov and the Russian guys coming and asking them, who's a good coach? Who's this and that, right?
Right.
The thing is, we were run better with them than we were with Marks. I mean, we were with Sai, I should say.
Yeah.
Prokhorov did just say, yo, just tell me what the money costs and I'll do it, and this is what happened.
Right.
So he's way better owner than Sai, in my opinion.
I think so too. Prokhorov wasn't scared to spend money. That's one.
And maybe this is hey, I'm sure part of it is, if part of the shade is just personal. I was in that first thing with the BK block.
Right.
And we didn't have to pay for a game under Prokhorov.
Right.
But when we got Sai, all of a sudden, now y'all are going to just pay a discount.
That's my thing. My whole thing is this. If you're not trying to build to win, if you want to just make money, okay, just make money. You want to get some young talent. Maybe the NBA, if Leaf is right, the NBA ain't going to give you a number one talent ever, if that's your motive. You got to win.
Oh, if you just want to make money, right?
Right, yeah. You just want to make money. You make money. Listen, the Knicks made money. And
you know what? Sometimes it is in that mentality, because if you remember, are you a baseball fan?
Yeah.
So remember when they had that dude? Uh, Remember when the Minnesota Twins had that dude Clark Griffith or whatever? He was the old time owner, and and then like he ended up trading. He ended up trading Rod Carew. He let Larry Heisel go for free agency. He let Lyman Bostock go for free agent. It's like he's letting all his stars go because he was too cheap to pay them
What
what
they what you know
what they
what
were worth.
right.
And I'm saying the Twins didn't start winning until they got new ownership, right? And then they won kind of frequently, right? They won a couple
Right.
of times. So
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. That's what may need to happen with us. Cause what's his incentive to win if he's already selling out? If this is his best year, money wise, what's the incentive?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
know what it is, you know?
You see, when it comes to money, you got to make an incentive for people. People who have control of money flow, they need an incentive.
Yeah.
If they have no incentive to actually win a title in a professional league, they not. They not. They'll just
Isn't that what? And that's funny because now the tables have turned, right? Because that's all through when the Mets were owned,
right,
even before Doubleday and Wilpon, right? When they was owned by the Payson and all that family
right,
and stuff, and the
right,
Yankees had Steinbrenner just
right.
doing everything, and the Mets were like, "Oh, why can't we? We can't do
Well,
anything. Our owner is trading Tom Seaver. He's trading Dave Kingman. Remember that?
yeah, and the Mets had a great farm. They
Yeah.
had good
So I
players.
mean, because they weren't that interested in winning. They just wanted to keep their money,
Yeah,
and that was it. And
yeah.
sometimes, and Steinbrenner didn't. He wanted to make money, but he felt the best way to make money is to
It's
make my
win.
team the
It's the
most talked
win.
about team in baseball.
Right. Get winners and let them talk.
Yeah.
The more the merrier. You
Yeah, and
know.
so that's the thing that happened with between those franchises. So that's probably what we need. So when I'm listening to Leaf and he's saying, well, the NBA ain't gonna give us a top. If you finish like with the one of the worst three records, I'm telling you, we're not even gonna get a top 4 pick. That's Leafs contention.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, I'll be mad as hell, but I can live with that because I know my team tried to do the right thing.
To try to get that talent.
Yeah. But now, if you're telling me, oh no, for Jordy's Eagle, we're gonna win
5
10
games.
of our last 20 games, or five of our last 10, and then blow up the spot just so Jordy could feel good. You know what I'm saying? That's not worth it.
No.
And we're gonna end up with someone who's your freaking third choice for your date or something. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing the homely girl home.
Yeah, you bring another home. You stuck with the last one, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting ready to end this, LB.
All right.
Check out
All
the
right.
game.
And it was great. It was
I
great
appreciate
listening
LB.
reading Ribby.
Yeah.
And it was great hearing John and Leaf.
Right.
And you, of course, sir.
Right. I like to thank Leaf and John for being in there, being on the panel. Jamal and Ribby was in the chat room talking, so I appreciate y'all guys. Thank you, LB. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I might come back after the game, look for the thumbnail. Don't forget, like and share.
What borough are you in, Scott?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay, I just want to tell you this because I just finished, before I came on, I just finished watching it live because somebody was streaming it on YouTube live. Thomas Jefferson, they just made it to the Final Four of basketball for high school.
Get out of here. That's
You
exciting.
know, we're the defending champs.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
exciting.
we just won. So I guess there's a final, but now we're gonna be in the Final Four.
Oh,
I
that's
guess it's
what's
supposed
up.
to take place this Saturday. It might be at Queens College or something.
Oh, okay. I'll look it up. I'll bring it up.
All right.
All right. Thank you, LB. Later. Peace.
All right, peace.